I just want to kill him so badly. I think his emotions are much stronger than most people's. His way of speaking is strong, isn't it, Fukai Kimura? Something is stopping him. There's also a part of me that wants to be seen as such. Isn't that what you're saying? Pride or something like that is amazing, isn't it? If you push yourself to the limit, you can unleash a power beyond human. If you're going to do doping, then you should seek strength in a proper way. That's how I feel about it. But is the flyweight class just an Asian level or what?
Well, yes.
There's a hierarchy, and I always think that I'm the best. It's often said, right? I saw the match between the champion and the grand champion. It's interesting, isn't it? But I think their qualities are different. The strongest version of me is the one who can beat the weaker me. A person isn't just one body. I want to get close to that without dyeing my hair, getting piercings, or losing anything like hair. If I do, I feel I'll lose some strength or a few millimeters. I don't want that. Radio waves and other invisible phenomena likely also have an impact. You don't eat sweets, do you? You absolutely never eat them, right? It's also good to take things like A or Nani. I think so, something like that. I believe a strategy exists to weaken the Japanese and a great Japanese spirit that has been weakening those who practiced Bushido. Through martial arts, I aim to fully embody the spirit of the Japanese who practiced Bushido in this era. Welcome to Cult Cats, I'm Shin. Our special guest today is player Wakamatsu. Enjoy. It's been quite a while since I've filmed a face-to-face meeting.
So, Shin.
I'm happy to be here in the palace. I'm really happy. I'm a bit nervous though. Because it's quite difficult to shoot for the first time, right? Is that so? After collaborating several times, I get to know what type of person this is, and it's fun to make videos that match that. Conversations can be challenging no matter how you approach them. Some people understand this well. Shooting for the first time is more difficult than everyone thinks. It's not as easy as you might think, and while I was able to do it right away, I wanted to bring something out. I was thinking that I wanted to try speaking in a different way, and I'm really happy that you said that. Thank you very much. I wanted to try speaking in a different way, and I'm really happy that you said that. Thank you very much. Did you know about my channel? I'm also on Instagram, and I've been appearing quite a bit for a year or two. I'm really happy about that. Thank you very much. I guess it's different. I receive many comments expressing annoyance at my frequent appearances, but it's heartening to see remarks acknowledging my persistence despite their reluctance. It brings me great joy to witness this.
Deep. So everyone...
Sanze hi. Let's try to do a quick overview check, I'm saying. Yeah, we started with that feeling, but honestly, it's good. It's a bit of a hassle, right? That's how it is. So far, it's been a hassle. The transmission done at the end of last year was a hassle that I hated. It was a good talk, thank you for that. I wanted to do it simultaneously and leave it, wondering if I could do it now, and I thought I would make it and try it, and I feel like I have come to this point. How about the material? It's quite a struggle, isn't it? It's different for each person. If it was before the match, everyone would hate it. That's the same, but there are also types who like to appear in front of people who say this.
On the contrary,
I feel like I'm completely aiming for 100. I think there are types who say they don't want to see my match, but I don't want to disappoint them. I'm honestly not good at starting that, so I really just want to fight. I think there's a part of me that's honest about that, but I'm still going out there.
Probably.
I think all the fans will be happy. I will also appear on the channel at that point. That's decided. So, what kind of person is player Wakamatsu? I did a little research because it's hard to have a conversation without knowing at least a little about what kind of person he is. What really sticks in my mind is his wild character, you know? Really. I used to think that the strongest is a combination of wildness and intellect. I used to be quite wild. After the last Morasi battle and the 2 consecutive battles that followed, I thought I had to change something or it wouldn't work. So I started mental training. In other words, I became aware of things other than wildness and studied quite a bit, but the wild part of me was still 100% wild, so to speak. I was able to find a balance, but when I think about it now, I was quite aggressive from a very young age. I always wanted to become stronger in martial arts, and I had a desire to beat someone in a fight.
Such thoughts.
I'm that kind of person. So it's a different kind of strength, isn't it? I mean, I'm saying that I want to be strong in a different way. I mean, I want to do something different, you know? That's necessary, but other parts are also necessary. When I thought I couldn't reach the top, that was some kind of mental thing. When you say you want to train that part a bit, it's hard to convey. It's hard to convey like a wild beast. If you simplify it, what do you think of? The wild is more like a lion or something like that. It's like a beast, something that scares people, something violent. That's something. For example, can't groom the fur or don't shave. What kind of series is that? For example, not grooming hair or not shaving. What about that series? In the wild, that's also important. In modern times, there are various things like hair removal or vaccines. Isn't it not primitive, but humans have been made with one body, isn't it? I want to approach it with the thought of being natural as much as possible. I don't want to dye my hair or anything. I don't want to put anything in. I want to be as natural as possible. And I don't want to lose what I have, like hair. I think that's where the strength of a few millimeters comes out. If you really pursue strength, it's really like a Dagestan series or something, isn't it? There's also a beard, isn't it? I care about it to some extent, but in a match, it's different. I want to take strength and such seriously. In the fight at the top, I want to break the wild to raise even a few millimeters. Because it doesn't exist, I care about how I look to myself. Jojirong is a bit unruly. 00 what? Percent from my own fight, I'll take it. I'll say. The more it becomes, the more this place is something to do. In the primitive era, it was all about the body, wasn't it? So I wanted to see who was stronger. But now we're progressing in the modern era. But is that also important?
Say,
I've come to think that I should do things like not using a microwave. As I said earlier, that's why I don't use things like earphones or headphones, and I don't use a microwave. It's a type that doesn't use them to preserve the wildness. It's a very interesting story, but I'd like to hear more about it later. Before that, we were talking about the face, so isn't it important to see with your own eyes in this era? There are also fighters who get hurt, or rather, I think there are probably many of them. For example, martial artists participate in the same tournament, right? Watching a match of a past martial artist reveals a completely different face, which is hard to grasp without first-hand experience. But even now, anyone who sees it would say it's cool. It's become more refined. Why is that?
so,
Even when I say it's a big deal, there are times when I think it's a big deal. I, as a Japanese man, want to become a man who is completely fooled by men. That's the root of it. Although it is a minority. Most people might think that they like men with high aesthetic consciousness, but I don't really care about that. I don't know if I can use this charming feeling, but I don't have it. But I guess it's something. What on earth is going on? I really like my unique body, and I want to embody the Japanese of that era, or the Japanese who had a great Japanese spirit and were extremely samurai. Is there something I want to embody it in this era, and I have something I want to embody so I'm not so flashy?
feeling
It's like, I don't care about myself, you know. If that person did it, then it's just that. And it doesn't bother me at all, yes. I feel like I am who I am, and I've become that kind of man. And I don't really care about things like hair removal or how I'm seen. I don't really care about that. Of course, I'll groom myself when necessary, but when it's not, I really don't care. It's like I'm in fight camp or something. Once I get into it, I just go all in. I don't do anything half-heartedly. I prepare thoroughly before a match. I don't leave anything to chance.
right?
It's not like I'm naturally handsome. I have to work at it. Everyone thinks it's unfair when a handsome guy says that, right? Even if you're handsome, if your personality doesn't match, I don't think you're cool, and I don't think others would think so either. Because Take is not only cool, but also has a strong personality. Everyone thinks they're cool, but even if they're handsome, if their personality doesn't match, I don't think that's cool at all. Even if their face is handsome, if their aura doesn't match, it's not the same. I think everyone is attracted to that in this era, but the flower is just a flower. It's not just about being handsome.
Deep.
That's how it is, isn't it? It's not just because I'm doing martial arts. Anyone can be in the middle of it.
It's beautiful.
I think people who are bright are cool, and even if they are women, I think they are bright. But even if they have a lot of fame, if they don't have substance, it's not a temporary thing, you know? Isn't it a lack of discipline, I think? That's how I feel, you know?
You can buy atmosphere with money after all. It's something that doesn't exist. Experience, value, and what sticks to the body.
Is that... I believe so.
That's right.
Yes, it is. But that's how it is. When I say this, it's obvious that a young person in their 20s wouldn't understand this adult way of thinking. I understand that, but I think it's good to be prepared. I'm sorry, but I'm looking at it from above. Because I have similar thoughts too. Shin-san, you're amazing. I thought you were very straightforward. That's just my cat-like intuition. No, I've been getting a lot of comments lately saying I have a bad personality.
Mouth.
It's not good, but I don't think it's bad.
You're fukai.
Even in the world, that's something. I'm super dorky too. Deep well, I'm really a dork, but I have this feeling that I have to do some kind of practice because of that. If I don't practice, I think I'm a person who is no longer useful. I really have to go through such a struggle, and I'm not just a person, but I'm like that. Deep well, it's like that something, that thing, something. I was a Yankee, you know? Deep well, I was a Yankee, you know? I like to make a fuss. Deep well, that's right. Well, I don't hate people or anything, but Yankees are... Well, deep well, I have a strong desire to do it. I'm a person who has a strong desire to do it, so I want to kill myself in any way possible. I think my emotions are probably more messed up than most people's.
Yes.
Your way of speaking is strong because you're fukai, right? I realize that I have to be like this or I can't control myself. That's why I'm like this. I'm really grateful. It's not about religion, but everything everyone says is a form of gratitude. It's not that simple, right? Do you wake up to a pilgrimage? I'm not sure, but I'm pretty much myself. When I lost 2 games in a row, I started to wonder what was wrong with me. I realized that I needed to train my mind as well as my body, so I started mental coaching. It's not just about physical strength, but also a lot about mental strength. When I was learning, I realized that this is what real strength is. I've been working with a mental coach and doing a lot of other things, but it's more about battling with myself internally. I've come to not care so much about how I look or how others see me.
Or people's bad-mouthing.
I don't really want to engage in trash talk or anything like that. I think it's better to focus on myself rather than others. I've come to feel that it's better to concentrate on myself. It's very mature, isn't it? I mean, you can't control what you think, but you can control your actions. When I was young, this was also a collaboration with someone. I thought so, but I was listening to the story, but I loved the noise. How old were you during that period when you said you loved it? Until I was 18. I moved to Tokyo when I was 18. But until then, I was a problem child from a young age. I was definitely a problem child, just a noise. Different fukai. I really want to become stronger, but that method is no longer rural, and I was playing soccer, but I didn't get stronger at all. I was frustrated. And I didn't have a martial arts gym or anything when I was a boy, so I was violent and chased people out. It's like, I'm cut off, this is no good. I feel like I want to see, I run away, come to Tokyo, change from one. I'm going to be serious, I say. And martial arts training. It feels like I'm going into Tokyo. Which direction is the body? You say it's the Kojima's Yakumo Plateau, but Kojima. What is it?
Off.
Your mother is probably like that, isn't she? Everyone in Kyushu has a bit of a wild feel, don't they? I don't know why, but they do, don't they? Since coming here, I've been seeing that the people here are kind. The more I go, the more I feel that they are kind. The people here have a combative spirit. When their eyes meet, they tend to start a fight. This type is quite common.
But
It's not that they have bad intentions, though. So it's not like Fukai likes to make a fuss or anything, or that he hates me and did this to hurt me. It's more like he can't help but cause a ruckus, you know? It's like he's just doing it because he wants to be seen by women, you know? He just does it like it's a normal thing. It's not a quarrel with a bad feeling, but I like quarrels, says Fukai-su. Well, something like that. Saying that I do it because I'm weak. If I think about it now, I want to live in a way that says I'll do it because I'm weak. Or if there's real true strength, I'll do it. I don't care about that anymore.
Mouth.
There is a surplus. Fukai thinks people have the choice to do it or not. Now is different from the past, if Fukai really had eyes in the past. I don't care about him anymore. It's not dangerous, Fukai, or is it not there?
Recently,
Isn't it popular to say things like breaking these days, Iron? It's called self-deprecation.
and so
That's what it is, but it's like a world where you like to fight and brag about it and you're proud of it. Do you feel a sense of discomfort when you see that, or do you feel a sense of discomfort? I don't think about anything. I'm watching it in a different frame, but I'm really watching it as a comedy genre, but I'm not really doing it, or I can't see it as a professional, or I'm really doing it and I'm going to bring out the strength of the real thing. I think that's what I'm thinking. I'm something. That's something as a martial art rather than something else. Really fight.
of excellence.
It feels like watching a show. It's interesting, isn't it? Is it interesting? I'll watch the audition. It's interesting. It includes characters, right? Recently, there are a few players and fighters from Breaking Dawn, aren't there? Like at press conferences, there are more and more of these places where they're saying they've been drinking. How do you feel about that? I think it's amazing, aiming for a big win with a single shot. It's not like that, but I feel like I can't do it even though I'm good.
No.
Yes, there are various things saying that there are. I'm not opposed at all. On the contrary, there are times when I say, hey, it's interesting, right? It really feels like I'm watching a martial artist, not just any person. The things I've been saying are not bad. That's how I feel. I don't deny it, nor do I think we're on the same side. I don't think so for some reason. Aren't you coming out as a sportsman? At least you're a general player. Even so, do you think you're giving a bad impression of sports or anything like that? Masanao Fukai, you're using it quite a bit for crimes. That's not the case.
Oh, I see.
Well, I think it's not good to say that. If you look at it, yeah, kids and such would probably use it for bullying or something. I think they would target it and say, let's do it. I think they would do something like a punch. You know, I've been quite informed about it, but I think they would make such a half-hearted evil. That's scary, scary. That's exactly what they're attracted to, and I think everyone would do something like a riot. It's hard to seek real strength in that, but sometimes it's not good.
Well, to say,
Many things exist in this world. Isn't that remarkable?
what?
But when you say there is, it's like you can't cut it off anymore. You don't want to be involved with it anymore. That's how it feels, isn't it? I'm the type who is thought to hate breaking, but I don't hate it that much. The breakdown itself is interesting. It's a concept. That's what I think. The audition is also interesting. Yeah, there are people who come for the gag, and that's fine, but I have a slightly different thought, like Yuya-san.
Remember.
In the interview, doing things like headbutts and bints is I'm a bit opposed to it. I understand that it's not violent, but isn't it too much? If it's okay to say that, if doing that makes the match exciting, it's okay, but isn't it already overdone? First of all, I want you to think about something more interesting. I want to see Yaki for the first time.
I liked it quite a bit, didn't I?
I don't really like it when people say they look like someone else. And on the contrary, I think there's a merit in being seen by people when you do something like that. I don't really like it in that sense, but there are people who are normally enthusiastic in the breakdown itself, aren't there? If you look at it separately from martial arts, that's fine. But there are also people who go to the gym every day to level up themselves. Isn't that what martial arts is in my mind? I think becoming stronger than yesterday is the best in the world. But I call those who are working hard to become stronger than their past selves martial artists. So in that sense, I don't dislike breakdancers. I'm against the idea of showing off street fights and brawls. I wish that would stop already.
children get influenced.
Isn't it better to tell them that there are better things to aspire to? I think such platforms should not exist, so I'm somewhat opposed to that.
Why is that, right? There's no mistake about it. It's getting exciting, isn't it? When it comes to the world's greatest fighters, it's about as noisy as McLaugher and Habib, starting with the press conference. And even John Jones does that. But isn't that fun? Doesn't everyone say that?
That's pretty good, isn't it? But if it was at that level, I would allow it, no doubt. But even so, if that becomes the standard, the main won't be able to fight, and because the main is there, it's a bit different. It's become like that, you know. There are various ways of thinking, but there's no mistake about it. I don't watch matches, but this is a bit, I don't know, just an audition. I absolutely don't watch matches, and I'm always rushing or doing things in a hurry. It's not about showing off my strong points, but about letting people know my name. So what should I do in such a situation? I'm thinking about how to get noticed. That's why I'm aiming for that, and I can do it there. That's the feeling. But fighters, they're not just now. They've been the opposite from a long time ago.
Kaho.
Everyone is fighting to prove their strength. But it's not enough just to do that in this day and age. It's not just because they're strong that everyone watches. So in the end, it's about proving how important performance is for the match. Everyone knows that pro wrestling is a fake. Even in real fights, everyone is watching, so it's the most appropriate to call it martial arts, right? Deep Well is like that, right? It's difficult because the story of that character is important, but the martial artist is also a match. If you think of it as a pro wrestling, isn't it the best balance? That's how it is from my perspective, but that's how it is, right?
When considering the best, most people likely share that opinion, including prominent figures like the Mainwaysers and the McGregors. It's easy to access information through deep wells, press conferences, interviews, and similar sources. That's all pro wrestling, and the match is a match, right? Deep well, that's right. Even at best, it's good, right? There's real power, and you can do it all at once. Just say it. It's difficult, isn't it?
Deep well is.
It's difficult. I'm already trying, saying somehow already. It's a single life, and I'm just me thinking already. Really, if I win, I'll survive. If I lose, it's the end. I'm thinking of living such a life. It's okay, I'm thinking. So I'm betting everything. Which one will polish the soul, buy it, and survive? I'm enjoying such a life, I think. If I can convey that way of life, it's okay. I don't need to see such a boring person. But as I said, I'm receiving the soul of the special attack team. I want to live. I think that mission is there. I'm thinking about it myself. Something. There are various guys. I'm living that way. If I can get the belt this time, I think it will be proof. I haven't found such a way of life, but I'm fighting with such motivation. Really, it's either to be stabbed or to be done. Really, I feel like I'm waiting for that day of destiny. I want to live, I say. Why do I do what I have to do? And if I have some spare time after doing that, I want to convey that a little bit. I'm doing it with that feeling, but it's not like I'm fighting to convey that, is it? That's right, that's me, my life's work. What I have to do has become clear. I also love fighting. Like you, son, I like fighters who fight in a fairly straightforward and piercing way. That's it.
The problem is that such players are surprisingly unseen, I say. I want everyone to see them from my perspective. Connecting with someone involves timing and luck. For instance, I believe player Takaru and I would get along well. It's like preparing for a match that seems similar, mentally and such, right? Player Takaru really turns everything into power.
Transforms.
He appears determined to give his best to avoid getting overwhelmed by his opponent and underperforming.
The fight is about giving your all and doing everything you can, not just winning. I want to put all my power into it and see what I can do in 25 minutes. Wada sees the fight and match the same way, which is interesting for Mr. Yuji too.
Is that so?
Yes, I like the striker because I like it quite a bit. Wada player is lucky, really a big river, small river. There is a kickboxer who says that.
It's Kaido Osawa, isn't it?
He probably didn't become particularly new as I thought. I started trash talk for the first time in the era of -1. I think it's a -1 fighter before the job. He had a fight with Takeru, and it was a great success, so it went up. Takeru is bad with just the piano.
Yes.
There are people who are doing it professionally, and Takeru's popularity has increased quite a bit from there, I remember. There's also a need for live performances and such, but Yuya's way of thinking is wonderful, and we need players like that, but there are also players who are going in the opposite direction.
Shine.
That's what I think, though. In the current fighting game scene, there are not a few people who actually accept strong and evil characters. Not at all. Not at all. For example, isn't it a level where you can't get into the professional ring even if you become a black belt? Isn't it a bit like that? In my opinion, that's the type that's actually lacking. Even if it's clearly noisy, it's not sold that much verbally.
Right?
If Fukai gets heated, it's probably not verbally, as that doesn't seem to be his style. He may want to express his heated emotions, but not through words.
Fukai.
If so, won't the collection decrease? Something else. Various things seem to be breaking, so why don't you want to explode? There are also families. It's difficult without a mouth, isn't it? I don't want to get involved in deep wells. There's no trash talk. One championship.
March 23rd. I'm going to challenge for a rematch with Morales.
C3.
It's a rematch from 3 years ago, isn't it? Yes, that's right.
Even though you say Morales, he's quite highly rated in the world, isn't he? He's also won once against Demetrius Johnson. He's a champion. What do you think of Morales? He seems quite strong, right? I really think he's at the same level as someone who can do anything. He's definitely top-notch. I think I can win in terms of technique and such. It's really just a matter of who has more determination, you know?
In my opinion, it's the power of a top grappler that decides the outcome.
That's all well and good, but I think if I can fight my own fight, I'll probably win. That's all there is to it.
I wonder if I'm winning against myself.
What went well in the last match or what didn't? I think I was still immature, whether I won or not. I mean, I was still working on my techniques, wondering what to do if this happened or that. I wasn't panicking, but I was wondering if I could get in there or not. I still didn't understand anything. I was still immature. I think I was just wild. But the fact that I couldn't go on probably meant there was a problem with me. That's why.
There was a certain sense of finality to the match, as if it had become a decisive battle. If I had been accompanied by a mental state of, this is really it, I think I would have won. It was a technical operation that made it feel like the final battle, or something like that.
It's not about, winning against myself. It's about whether I can win against my weaker self, whether I can take the victory, whether I can do it. I think it's that kind of battle. At that time, I was immature, especially in terms of my mental state. I was still weak, that's what I mean.
You can eat it with a spoon or ice, right? You drop it well, right? It's like digging a deep well up to the fry level, right? It's a mess, right? Suddenly, something flashes in my mind and I jump out like a bomb, like digging a deep well.
Really?
Enough!
He really has super instantaneous power and he has a one-shot, so it's hard to deal with him. Even in the deep well, everyone is strong, so the opponents who fought in one go are all strong, and their bodies are strong, and they have power and a one-shot. It's hard to deal with any type, but I think there are no types that are strong and pull away from the opponents who fought. I wonder if there is no such difficulty. Is it a good nature? Is it ideal to be aware of that and fight, or is it deep? Well, yes, it is ideal. Anyway, hit one shot and collapse.
And go.
I want to swiftly break their spirit with a decisive attack. The more they talk, the stronger my urge to win becomes. I want to challenge them. I feel strong and confident in my ability to succeed. I want to make the match a contest of skill where I want to win. It's a clash of souls, and in the end, I want to be the one standing. That's the kind of fight I want to have. Hearing this, it may sound rude, but Mr. Inoue, you're surprisingly light-hearted.
It doesn't seem like you can spar.
Please let me know your comments on all the players in Tribe A. Yeah, I don't have a bad temper myself, but I do get told quite often recently that I seem to switch on a slightly scary mode. If I run out of steam, I'll get injured, so there's no point in doing anything. I have to be absolutely focused, and I can't do it without that. That's what makes me strong, and without it, I can't pull my weight.
Especially before a match, I'm sure other players would also be my training partners.
I think that's understandable. There's no ill will,
and I would never do anything like that. If that were the case, I think it would be different.
Horiguchi.
That's a bit unpleasant, isn't it? You're not deep in it, are you? You're also in it with your mouth, aren't you? So there are no such players, huh?
If you go deep, you'll quit, won't you? You're saying you'll quit or you won't join anymore, right?
Practice is practice, isn't it? If you're going to go all out, I'll also write my feints and such with all my might. But isn't it true that you can't really do it unless you're really serious? I'll keep doing it with people who are like that, but I won't do it with people who say they won't. That's refreshing. I won't do it with people like that. I say, I was relieved that people like that would do it. The one who will do it is you.
Nessa.
That's right.
You mean you want me to play the role of fighting against it, or rather, you entrust it to me?
This is my first time at Palestra in Black Belt, Japan, but the first day I went to observe, the professional wrestling started.
At that time.
That's right. So when I looked at the whole body and thought a little, I observed in that sense, and then there too.
It's time for one player to master the standing technique of kickboxing. Just those two people. Seriously.
What?
And saying, "Gachan, gachan," the opponent is already nosebleeding.
Wow, what?
Still, it left an impression really that...
Here.
I said I'd seen enough and was going home. Everyone thought I'd never come back, even if I was dragged. It was like I'd tweeted twice. But you remember you're that type, aren't you? Like a worrywart.
What now?
Even in a tribe?
Really?
He's a good person, but he's really a good person. When it comes to talking, he can even beat a Moraes player.
What are you thinking about next after becoming a champion?
I'm uncertain about the contract's outcome.
I am, after all, the strongest in the world. I have that confidence in myself, so I want to prove it.
Horiguchi
In the world, 100 is the strongest.
is what they say.
That's what everyone thinks, regardless of the truth.
Whether you take a belt now and then determine its value, or whether you go in a direction where you say you will do so, depends on the flow of the time. You don't often hear about a player going from 1 to 100. There are exceptions, but not as many as Ben Askren, right? Ben Askren failed to prove his strength at 1, but Kucha Sakai is going from RIZIN to 100, representing RIZIN. So it's interesting that one player is challenging 100 personally. I think it would be interesting if Fukai could do it too, but if I think I'm good, I'll go. And if I think it's good, I'll do it. I think everyone wants to see it, but it depends on the conditions. The conditions change a lot after becoming a champion.
I think,
So that's how it is, right? When you hear about this from one, you wonder why, but what kind of person is one's fight manager? Is he a good person?
The fight manager is like that, isn't he? The fight money is much better than when I was doing things like punk rock. When a total athlete gets into one, even with that, they can live a life. Isn't it at a level where if you do your best, people will appreciate it? I think that period was good, you know.
that aspect.
I think there is still more to it.
I'm not quite sure why it is now, but when Nagao-san formed a partnership, there are more players who sign with A now than there were then.
So,
I'm a bit worried about how A will turn out for one, you know. The bonus is great, isn't it? Yes, that's right.
About 750 million. I want to take a picture of that.
Have you never taken it before? You've never taken it, right? One big meeting.
in 3.
It's typically decided by 3-4 people. Regardless of the number, it feels like a deep well. However, it's quite busy with around 5 people. There are times when we go out, right? That's amazing, isn't it? It's like a deep well. Last time, only one person came out, which is often hard to understand. But that's amazing, isn't it? It's really something.
Right?
When you see that, you think the place is good. The fighter coming out is just a bonus.
So,
That's what happens when you enter, right?
You have to deal with pretty strong ones, don't you? Especially if it's a kick. It's okay to say it's good, or if it's strong, aim for that. It becomes like that, I think. That's right. It's not wrong to say that there are dreams, right? In Japan, the rise is remarkable because it's increasing. Isn't it strong? Because the brand called RIZIN fighter is strong. Because the brand is strong, everyone thinks that they can burn a good fighter. Compared to that, it's not very well known, but if you only think about fight money, there are definitely cases where you can exceed one, isn't it? I don't know much about that area, but it's definitely the times we live in now. more than a fight manager. He's that kind of sponsor. That there are probably more people who earn more from their fame than from being a fight manager. If you're just a fight manager, you're probably more likely to make a normal income. For example, if I were to say whether I'd make more money from fighting or from being a manager, I'd probably make more from being a manager. But
So,
some players without companions or only known for their fame might fare better as a fight manager in Raijin or appearing in Wan. It's worth considering. Does fame matter? It depends on the individual case, doesn't it? Are you gonna do a high drag test with Wan? The lightweight version is a bit unexpected. What do you think about that? It's purely natural to drop it, but what do you think everyone should do? I've also been pulled twice in the middle of the skin, but I was quite physical. I changed it or something, and other people are also doing water retention, so the weight is usually quite a bonus. I didn't get it out. Why is it bad to do water retention, even though it's said to be bad, but it's bad to do it? What's that? If you pass the hydration test, you say it's okay to pull it out in the water. How are you doing it? I've really cut it down. And on the day itself, I'm already natural and I don't drink water. I'm 61.2. But how are people who are water retaining doing it? People who are water retaining are already like water loading when they enter that fight week. Even if I don't drink water and run in a sauna suit, I feel like I'm doing it once without drinking water, and I feel like I'm thinning out the amount of water in my body day by day, but I'm lightweight.
It's just once, isn't it?
The hydration test is also done once, isn't it? How do you pass that? I guess there's probably more. It's quite interesting, isn't it? I might not be able to use it at all, but I think I can.
I might not be able to use it, but I can use it. I might not.
No inspections or anything, like a door check, and another round of checks. It seems like a lot of hassle, but it's interesting.
anyway.
In Japan, they say all the foreign players are doing it. Isn't that a strong impression? But it's the opposite overseas. In Japan, everyone who's doing it is really doing it. Like, it's a given in Japanese martial arts that everyone is doing a diving move. So the prides, that leaves a strong impression. But in the end, even in the pride, foreigners like Wanderlei Silva, Rampage Jackson, and Fedor, and even the usual pro wrestling type Bob Sapp are all there. So in Japan, it's okay to have such wild diving moves, and they're holding tournaments like that. On the contrary, that's what everyone in Japan is doing. Yeah, the overseas ones are all Japanese, and Japan is all overseas, which I find very interesting and deep. But the truth is, I don't know. I don't really care about that.
Nekuchi!
Honestly, I don't know. Japanese people are distinct individuals, which is reassuring. I believe there is a place where I see everyone as human, regardless of nationality. Why do people who do it, and those who don't? Will things like Mr. Fukai change? I think so. But the more I say it, the more it is. Well, that's about it. Do you really not care, Mr. Fukai? That's right. I think that's why I do things like eating. I buy what I like, such as additives, and drink alcohol. If I do that, I think I'm weak. But if I do doping, I'm seriously seeking strength. I do it with that feeling. It's nice, isn't it? Not everyone is like that, right? The top people are always eating. Isn't it amazing? That's right. I guess that's what it should be, right? Do you really care about things like food, or do you care a lot? You don't eat out much, do you? You make everything yourself, don't you? Do you have a nutritionist or something? I don't have a nutritionist, but I ask my trainer what to use, what not to eat, and I follow all of that. What my current trainer tells me. When it comes to my body, I don't really understand the complex calculations of calories, macros, and such. But I have a general sense of how much I should eat. I think I know my body well, and there are times when my body tells me it wants to eat something. There are days when I don't want meat, but fish instead, right? When I feel like that, I eat fish. It's like a consultation with my body, whether it's fish or meat. I pay attention to what I eat. People do tend to be like that to some extent, don't they? Like, I need this now. It's not wrong to rely on your feelings or intuition for that. Yes, exactly like that. What kind of supplements are you taking? There are so many different kinds of supplements out there. It's quite overwhelming, isn't it? There are so many things that have been recommended, like multivitamins and all. I'm taking all of them, including vitamin 100, but there are so many, like rich in minerals and all. There are quite a lot of them, but I'm taking them quite seriously. It's quite tough, but it's more like a supplement. It's not that strict to say that I can't miss drinking this at this time, but it's quite a lot. This means you're taking it, right? I do things like drinking this when I'm hungry or eating this as a snack. I take a 30-minute bath before going to bed. Like sleeping after taking a break is like that. Now, I make my room completely dark, don't carry my phone around. Or how long before going to bed do you not look at your phone? Even in the deep well, there is a television or something, so I should do it for about 30 minutes to an hour, that's it.
Which mouth?
I was a huge fitness otaku, so I used to really get hooked on it. It's not like that anymore.
Or mouth?
When to sleep, because it's decided when to sleep, when to wake up. And I usually go to bed around 10 o'clock or earlier. When I stay up late, I might go to bed around 1 o'clock and wake up a few hours later. I try to go to bed early as much as possible, sleeping when it gets dark and waking up when it gets light. That's right, I do have a routine. How many hours do you aim to sleep? I need to sleep quite a bit, or it's not good. That's how it is. I always make sure to sleep for more than 8 hours. 8 hours is ideal, especially for athletes, including naps during the day. For a nap, I usually set a timer for about 20 minutes and wake up as soon as I fall asleep. I try to sleep and wake up quickly, like a nap. If I sleep for about an hour, I can't sleep at night, so 20 minutes is enough to refresh my brain. It's hard to tell whether I've slept or not. I'm always like that, so what's this about an electronic range that I want to hear about? Is it bad? I don't use an electronic range. It's probably not good. A trusted trainer, Mr. Kume, advised against using it, citing concerns about invisible things like radio waves, though without detailed explanation. The person feels they shouldn't use it based on this advice.
And 5?
I was just about to say that,
Oh yeah.
Even the things you can't see are probably affecting you. That's why I make it a point not to eat anything that I can't see. That's why I hardly ever use the microwave. I mean, I use it, but not that much.
It seems like there's no opportunity, doesn't it?
There are times when I'm off, like when I'm deep in thought or nibbling on something. But lately, I've been in a series of trials, so I don't have those moments. I also don't use headphones much. Well, that's how it is with headphones. Anyway, it's something like that. Music is something else. I only listen to it when I'm driving, when I'm running, when I'm deep in thought, when I'm running deep in thought. It's all the same.
Amazing.
That's amazing. Do you avoid eating sweets from the convenience store? It seems like you never eat anything deep fried or even onions and similar foods. It's a strange story, isn't it? Why do you say that? I think it's a national strategy, but I'm not doing it like that. I think so, but I'm the only one who thinks so. I don't know how other people do it, but I do it anyway. I also add things like that, so... You mean they're weakening the Japanese, right? Well, that's true, biologically speaking. Why do you go to such extremes? You make it seem like it's not even worth taking.
Right.
It's a strange story. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but things like A or masturbation, I don't do them at all. I don't do them at all. It's like I'm not even trying for a month or for a match. That's how it feels. That's all gone now. I'm leaving behind both me and my descendants. Yes, that's something human, not just monkeys. Even so, pornography is also a poison. I've been thinking about it, and that too, it's definitely weakening my vitality. There are such things, and I think that's the case, but I think that's the case, and that's definitely the last meeting where weakness comes out. I think so myself. I don't drink alcohol at all, and there are people who do such things, but I have staked my life on the end. I think that the one who is absolutely stronger in the battle is the one who is doing such training. I think that's something. Is it a battle with myself? I thought so, but it's not like that anymore. Isn't it unsatisfying even for a moment in this era? Like, I think there were times like that in the past, and I think there are other overseas as well, but that's a bit... I'm restraining myself. It's interesting, isn't it? And what should I really say? When I say people of the past, it sounds bad, but it's old. It's old, not old, but something I can say is pure. What should I say? Something Religiously, I'm probably weak. I don't want to be swayed by such things. I'm scared if it becomes like this. I hate it if I lose. Such things are probably scary. If it's a normal person, I probably don't like it. I can do such things as drinking a little bit of this kind of alcohol, but it's extreme. I'm quite 0-100, so I'm easily swayed by such winds. I think the former is better, but isn't it impossible without some kind of evil? It's good because there's no wavering heart, but can you do it or not? Isn't it a little different? Everyone knows that the former is better, but can't you push yourself to that point? I think most people can't control it, so can you do it just there? Well, it's amazing, but even in the deep well, there was a title match, so it's a battle with myself. If I lose, it's meaningless. So it's okay to end it, but I want to try it once. I want to chase it to that point. I have such a feeling, so I'm just doing it now. If I retire, I think it will change. Am I a deep well? When I quit drinking, I said I wouldn't drink until becoming a champion, but coming this far, I'll keep at it until I die. That's a discipline. You can't do without it. If you become a champion and then start drinking and collapse, that's no good. I thought so, and I'll probably keep doing it until I die. It's become a lifestyle, hasn't it? That's right, isn't it? It's very nice. I think there are no fighters like Nakayama-san. Everyone probably wants to live in such a way as an ideal. But not everyone who is a fighter is doing crazy things. So they have a bit of a wild personality, don't they? I want to do it too, after all. I used to drink until morning, not drinking alcohol, doing this and that, not doing anything, not even knowing the time. So, I really want to do it.
Kugin.
I may be a bit slow, but I respect the fact that I'm patient. That's not just a fly-by-night trend, it's really taking off.
I see.
In fact, many players have gone to 100, attracting Japanese fans to 100.
Go.
I'm quite happy about it because I really like 100. Player Hiratatsu.
Also too.
There's also player Tani. I want to see the world's flyweight and make a little strength ranking. Who does Yuya think is the strongest? It can be in any division, 1 or 100, but who is number 1? Number 1, huh? I'd say it's either Fancia or Adriano. I'm fighting in the band, so I want to say Adriano, but I don't know. If I were to go with 100, I'd probably say Fancia. But really, isn't this just a matter of personal preference? What do you think, Deepwell? Well, to be honest, I don't have Kuchiguchi in my ranking. That's right, Deepwell. I don't mean to fan the flames, but I think he's pretty strong in practice. But it's all about the total package, the technique and all. I think it's clear, but has the peak of that battle passed or not? That's honestly a deep well. It's about whether you can win a real sword fight or whether you can be won. Probably.
Player Kuchiguchi is already...
I think the peak has passed, so I think it's amazing to be in the top of the top. But, well, it was at that big day.
Wasn't there a bit of a dangerous situation?
How did you feel when you saw that? Even though it's a place where you can win, it's just that, isn't it? So all the techniques and everything are possible. And if that was a person who had no techniques or anything, just a sleeping technique, I think they would probably be left as they are. But I thought that was cool, and when I saw that, I was a little down. I don't know if it's bad to say that, but honestly, I thought that was the peak, but I guess that's how people are.
Yeah.
I think if you go up, you'll become like that. And I don't know when the time will come when I'll say that I'm already there. But Adriano and Pancha, I honestly think Adriano is falling from the peak. So I thought that when I thought about it. Pancha, right? Everyone says that Pancha, a specialist in 100, is the strongest now, right? That's right. No, not losing is a big deal, right? Adriano has collapsed once, hasn't he? If a player like that enters once, I think they'll sing like that. And even if other techniques are strong, I think they need to be trained in the brain. So in that sense, Adriano is also like that. I feel like the peak was around the time I fought twice or more, or the time I did it with me, right? When you say top, it's the top, right? Defeating King Ada and Masu, well, it's Pantoja and Morei.
Has
1 and 2 excluding Yuya-san. This ranking is a topic of discussion. Well, who will be the next one to enter? Morino or Tira, Royal Balges? Those guys were not there, right? Fly-Q. The one who won the cape is also strong, right? Sorry.
100.
I've never seen a full fight from the one who won from them, okay? That fighter who won and got cut from the UFC is quite unique, isn't he? He beat Kape and was released despite having a 14-0 record. That's Fukai, right? He seems to be a fighter who isn't too attached to anything. And although he was let go, he'll likely return. He's a strong, extreme kind of fighter, isn't he? There's also a player called Kairat, but I think he's quite strong too. But after that, I feel like it doesn't matter who wins anymore. I think it's a breakthrough power or a one-shot, isn't it? Just like Moraes or something. As much as I can say it's just those two, after that, everyone is the same. I really don't understand. I think Moreno is also strong, but Moreno and Figueiredo, when they became champions, after that, I haven't seen much of their matches.
So,
I wonder how it will turn out. There is a flyweight class, which is like the Asian class, so I always think that I am the best. Did you see Ahazu Pantuja's match from tomorrow, Yan Yan? I want to hear your thoughts on it, Fukai. What's your take? Well, I had always expected Pantuja to win from the start, but I think Fukai Kai also has a chance. I don't know about that, but I think Pantuja also has a chance. I think it's about the same for Fukai. So when I tried this match, I thought it would turn out like this. You know, I've experienced it too, something like that. Simply put, it's always a matter of being away. Especially in the first 5 rounds, it's always a matter of experience on such a big stage. Going all in, that's the essence. I've done things with Moraes before, so if you let me say it, that's what it is. It's not simple, and I thought that if I opened it up, it would just be there, so I looked and it was there. With all the noise around, I guess Kai probably had a lot of unnecessary things going on, and on top of that, I thought it was probably advantageous for me to have the pantomime. Pantoja wasn't necessarily targeting me, but I guess Kai had too many things going on, or maybe he wanted to do everything at once. I think the fight was amazing, and I had this feeling that I had to keep pushing and performing well. I thought it was amazing when I won the real fight, but I guess there are people who don't break down, or maybe they become like that when they do. I wonder what kind of impression you have of Kai as a fighter, or maybe you think he's bright and sunny.
I also like the way of fighting.
Well, I think it's amazing, isn't it? It's popular and strong, so when you think about it, it's a great fight side. The parts that seem to match are, well, there, right? The combination with many deep wells is a wonderful type, and I feel like I'm saying one shot, so the types are often said to be similar. But if you say it with a hammer or something. But for me, it's more like a missile, and I guess Kai is more like a rifle, like Do and A. I'm more of a Dara type, and I'm more of a Dun type, one shot at a time. So it's like if there's a chance, I'd like to see a match like that. Kai and Yoya are impressive. A match between them and Ikiguchi and Ichikai would be intriguing, don't you think?
Certainly.
When it comes to the flyweight class, I have the impression that there aren't many Japanese fighters. Would you say there aren't many? That's right, Fukai, either orally or from person 100.
then
Coronavirus disease cases are rising significantly, which is a major concern. Isn't that so? As a fan, there are places I want to see. Isn't it interesting? I think even in this player, who I know well, the quality is different when I do it thoroughly. When I touch it like this, I feel like I become a player like Pantuja who says, I'll do it anyway. I think the level is different. It feels like I'm going to be like Fukai. That's right. I think I'll become like that.
yes.
I'm not interested in it anymore. I have confidence in myself. How do you see the fighters of the front line? For example, Shinryu Man and Okubo player are strong, but there's a subtle difference in the level, and I couldn't quite get the hang of it.
It feels like somehow one of those flies, you know, it's like that.
Akuchi.
I'm certain the new player is indeed like that. In terms of frame, it's not big, isn't it? They say it's Shinron Shinmai, but it's actually Shenron Shenron. Mr. Saza's doing a great job with the new rice in Shenron. Why is that? They say it's not Shenron in the deep well, but I'm told to say Shenron. If I say Shenron and team up with the Fry class, it's a bit lighter, isn't it? I also wonder if I can go to the Fry. I feel like I want to try it. Well, I'll drop it in the sense of saying something. It feels like it's somewhere between a 1 and a fly, isn't it? What's the fly class of Yan Yan 1? Is it in kilos? It's 61.2 in the deep well, isn't it? Yan Yan, that's what it is. The deep well is 56. No, it's not. Isn't it impossible for a fry class? Can you do it? There is a water adjustment. I think the adjustment can be made because there is a water adjustment, but the feeling that one fly queue is rampant seems so... Well, if you really go to 100, will you do it in a bantam queue? But if it's a bantam, the difference in frame will probably come out. It's interesting as it is. That's unexpected, isn't it? I don't think I can fight at all like that. But isn't it good if I hit it once? So it's the same as Mr. Rina, isn't it? Yes, but I don't think it's in the body of a bantam, right? My fly is just right, isn't it?
I see.
Well, that's a bit delicate, isn't it? Yeah, if you leave from one, there's a bit of a mental burden, but I also feel like trying it in bantam or something, but my height is low, so if I raise it to bantam in one, it's completely different, isn't it? People have different physiques and heights. Some guys are around 5 feet, 11 inches tall, but let's not dwell on that. The champion belt is a fly, as they say. I want a challenge, but I'm looking forward to various things in the future. I'll watch the league, or I'll watch the league. Is it interesting? It's interesting, isn't it? I watched it myself at the end of the year. I did it. In the league, are there any players you're interested in or players you like? And players like Shade Life and Mishran Yarman.
Also,
We're all practicing together. Everyone's interested, and Shade Life is down.
Tobe or something.
Like the athlete Chihiro Suzuki or Doubtbeck and Chihiro Suzuki. Yan Yan will do it, right? What do you think about that match?
Yeah.
Most people would expect Chihiro Suzumoto to win against Dante Beck, who isn't an Ironman fan, in a kickboxing match. The average fan might think it'd be an easy win for Suzumoto. However, it's not that simple. I'd like to hear the striker's perspective on this matchup. It's not that easy, is it? You can't just go for it. Chihiro Suzumoto. But if you get a good shot, you could fall. There's definitely a chance, so I don't think I can afford to be complacent in that match. I might even have to make a complete comeback. The left straight also seems to go straight ahead beautifully. It seems like it will go Dune. It's good, isn't it? Against Suzuki's over, the straight is basically winning. When I saw Yaman's match, I was hit and I thought, if I get hit like that, I might get it too. I think it's good. It's good, isn't it? That's a match to watch out for. It seems interesting. If you don't choose one, you choose the winner. I'm scared and feel like going to Doubtbeck. It's an interesting place, isn't it? 80 said that even Suzumoto's going. It's okay, but I thought it would be fun. It's called Southpaw, isn't it? It's a bit unusual, isn't it? I don't think there's such a thing as a Southpaw striker, so I think there's a right straight and a right hook. In that sense, I'm gonna be careful with my outback. No matter who says which one, no matter who says who won, if it was a quick round, that's it, right? The first and second rounds are fun, aren't they? You've been practicing with Yaman player, as I mentioned earlier, but how do you see Yaman player's mission as a cab queen? I don't know if it's okay to go into the gym or something like that deep well. Yeah, I don't know. Yaman player is also an actor, so that's it. I don't understand. I don't ask about the world, but there are quite a few rumors that he has a girlfriend, and there are a few friends who talk about such things. So the truth is, I don't know, and I don't talk about such things with Yaman player either. When I heard it before, I felt like, is that really true? I go about 7 times a week, like a real cabaret club, like a deep well. Can you imagine that cabaret at all? I can totally imagine the deep well. Personally, I want to believe that he's doing that as a character, but I'm not sure if he's really serious about it. Yanman is totally doing it, even in such a way. That's totally it, it's mental training, of Yanman. Mental training. Buckling down isn't just any mental training, but it's the main motivation. If you think about it and want to go for it, that's the right approach. Having money isn't the same as thinking you have money. They are quite different. Well, there's some interesting story. Uka. Risen uses it well, right? It's really good. Yappa. I can't think of anything that would be cool, right? Men are... Daka. It's funny because even though they're pale, they're not liked by women, and even men don't like them. Everyone laughs at the idea of who would like them. But they're real men, really. The real bad guys are. The battles are also interesting. That character is a Yankee.
Yankee?
Surely, even with that, if I became like Yamato Soul with a round cut, I would become a full-fledged Yaman fan, and I would kickboxing for the first time in a while at the next Masoon mouth rise. It's a finger.
I'm going to do it with a strong Brazilian person. My mouth is quite strong with Brazilians, so I'm looking forward to it. Even with an open finger, it's strong. I'm used to making a lot of noise. Is that what you mean?
That feels great, doesn't it? So why not just eat it all at once? No matter who the opponent is, I'll do it with Yafuma. When I say something, it's that, but it can be prolonged. It's not on the fight side, isn't it?
Now,
Yes, but if I lose once, it's pretty much over, right? That's the kind of mindset I have. But I've done quite a bit of kicking before, right? I also do a lot of downs. I do a lot of mouth downs. But I stand up and in the end, I usually win the match or lose by a narrow margin.
until
I'll chase you down. I'm coming for you. If the opponent is strong, if you lose to the fainting bread, if you look like Fukai, the player is that, right? Even if you say that you have a mouth ulcer, you can't fight with that title anymore, right? How do you fight? Isn't it going to be like that? Even in Fukai, there's something clever, right? I'm thinking hard. I'm not just hitting it, I'm thinking hard.
in the mouth?
Fukai, who can adjust the tone, is doing it, right? I feel like saying that. Practice is just a normal technique, right? Even with the mouth, the way of fighting in practice and matches is different, isn't it? Fukai, it's completely different, isn't it? Even with the mouth, it's not bad, is it? Fukai, how is it? Even there are players who can win with 100, right? It's the type that does things like Shenron, right? Does practice feel like a struggle and you're not strong in matches? There are quite a few players like that. You want to win a little more, don't you? There is such a place. Why is there even a kickbox in Yaman?
Sukedo.
Which one is something? In the end, you say you're going to watch the Yaman match and run away. You say you're going to get a shot from Miguel. There's a shot from Fukai, Yatsuguchi, and Masune.
It's called Horiguchi Kento.
Strong.
Kickbox that again.
One shot.
If you knock down the Higuchi player with that, it's dangerous, isn't it? It's dangerous even with one shot, isn't it? If Higuchi player wins with a knockout punch for the first time, it's amazing, isn't it? If he wins with that, it's really amazing, especially if it's A.
Raki.
Boxing. It's been a while since I've done it.
Here.
I'm fighting someone so strong. You're a bit stubborn, aren't you? I think the opposite. It's really great if you win, isn't it? It's really great, really great. I want to win a little bit. There's a place I want to win, right? The Rise Fighter's design is somewhat racy, which contrasts with the mountain backdrop. What's the reason behind this choice? When the Rise champions say this,
Number one.
it's being watched by a spectator, not a Rise player. Even though Mr. Datoku doesn't appear in Rise, he comes to Rise and gets to play such a good match. There's a bit of jealousy, but somehow that's how it goes, I think it's inevitable too, it's the times, isn't it? That's how it is. I get thinking about it in terms of voices, but you need to gather enthusiastic people, right? That's how it is. No point complaining, it's necessary. Yaman said a lot, but I respect him. So, the kickboxer went to A and was able to compete with top athletes who were quite out of his league. Isn't that so? I can do that. There's no mistake because there's no kickboxers, so I have that jealousy. The kickboxers can do what the Germans have done because I can't do it, that's why. So I think it's fair and there's no mistake about it. By the way, what about the story of Risen? Can't the performances of Mikuru and Hiramoto be replayed? Which one do you think will win? Well, I'm already on Team Hiramoto, aren't I? Is it happening again?
Are we going to do another white judgment or not? That's my prediction, isn't it? I've been talking with Reina-san and Rei-kun in the meantime, you know.
Well,
The two of them can't imagine a pattern where Mikuru wins.
yeah.
That's what it was. But is it the same, right? Yes, it's the same, right? So you're saying there's a difference up to that point, huh? Like take, for example, you can't keep what you've shot, but you keep doing it. Is that impossible? Even so, I feel like there's no motivation up to that point. Let's take it, do wrestling and aim for that. Let's train for that. In that sense, there's a difference in operation, right? It's a motivational issue. A motivational issue, can we really win? I don't think we can get to the point where we feel like we can. I do feel like that if it happens, I guess I would have done it all at once. That's what I think. I do have that feeling. If I were to do that, even if I thoroughly rest, wouldn't it be the same result? Wouldn't it turn out the same way or not? Especially this time. I've already fallen once, so wouldn't I attack with full confidence? I end up thinking that way. But isn't Asakura Mikuru also not weak? That's why I'm quite puzzled about why I received it.
Yoso.
What is this? Isn't there something in the back? Generally, it is known not. There's something behind it that you can't ignore, right? But somehow that's how it is, considering the contents from last time. No one thinks they'll win this time, right? Absolutely no one. It's like Fukai is preparing for a rematch, but we have to do it since we didn't win. Quote, I don't understand, including that aspect. But even if I lose, I don't feel disgusted, don't I? It's not like I'm seriously trying to win, is it? I don't feel like I'm being taken lightly, do I? I don't understand, but verbally my motivation is 100%. If I had done it, there would have been a chance. It's deep, isn't it? I don't understand, but I definitely can't use this here. Yes, but if you can use your mouth, it's not impossible, right? Deep well, takedown and defense have become quite strong, haven't they? It's reasonable to think your physical strength has also increased. That's the feeling I have. Even if Yan Mikiru player is 100% motivated and challenges with maximum motivation, it's a bit difficult, says Fukai, especially after that.
Sushi.
I'm tired of it about 3 times. Isn't it Yan? I thought it was a deep well in the Yaman Meweza Len, but I thought I had to mix it up with a tackle and win only about 15 minutes full point. Masaki Fukai is. But if it could be done, I think it probably couldn't be done. I think it's hard in that respect. I wonder how this match will turn out. I think it will heat up to some extent, no matter what the Miku player does. Isn't it not going to heat up to a certain extent? Ren Hiramoto is also considerable. They're getting attention, so when those two do it, most fighters probably think it's not serious. Even so, people will take a look. It's that kind of match. It's very scandalous. It was a 1-round fight. It's more of a topic in that respect. What did you think when you saw it? I think it's kind of weird. I'm unsure if the manager will perform. This is interesting, isn't it? I don't usually understand it, but Mr. Yu is the type to say anything. Hasn't it become a topic since that incident? That's why I'm asking our guest. What did you think? Everyone is thinking the same thing, right? Because in the end, there are things that can't be said. So there are also times when I have to cut it off even in the deep well. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Deep? That's the well, right? Something often stops with Kimura Minoru. Something has already stopped. There's also something like, you can see it all, isn't there? Isn't it like your pride has also been hurt?
Go.
Even if you're interested in steroids, there are people who say they want to try it out, right? Even if an inhuman power comes out, Yusan believes that he can win naturally. That's really mental, isn't it? If you pull back, you'll be broken through in that way. But even if you fight back, you'll be hit from the front. It's interesting, isn't it? Well, the fight is just beginning. Physical aspects are necessary, and so are skills. Isn't mental strength also necessary? I think the most important thing is mental strength. I really believe in the importance of mental strength. Recently, no matter how much I train or how good my physical condition is, if I lose mentally, I think that's it. That's why I think mental strength is 100% important. Even if I'm up against strong opponents like Dagestan or BB, if I lose mentally, that's it. Seeing numbers like undefeated records, not being able to perform at my best, isn't that also a mental issue? That's what I think. In the end, I don't really think about who is the best or anything like that. It's all about the mental aspect. That's what I believe. I think of it as a battle against my weaker self, that I am the strongest. It's a simple and clear thought. When I say things like this, it makes me want to cheer for myself, don't you think? Yes, the fans, thank you very much. I will enjoy the match. Thank you very much. I will do my best on March 23rd at the Super Arena. Everyone, please support Yuya. I look forward to it, please.
Concept.
In the column, Yuya's out.
Are you done?
I don't know about Yanyan, but I thought I'd erased the 3 links of Yanyan once and try to revive it. I couldn't do anything, and now I'm only on Instagram and I'm locked out. Or I don't know if Yanyan was locked out or if it's already disappeared over time, but I understand.
And
The link is in the description box, so please check it out. I would appreciate it if you could also smash the subscribe button for that channel. See you again. Bye bye.
thank you very much.